project.
I love that. He kid just died. And they come back with this perky ass logo right here. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. I'm obsessive. I'm addicted to things. I can't stop. I remember the first time Wanda came on, and foolishly, some people even say stupidly, I said to you guys, I said, hey, you know what, man, we're just going to do this one wrap up here, this one discussion, and then we ain't going to do no more until the end of the series. I promise you that. Unless something big happens. And people are like, bitch, something big happens every week. Well, I guess we're talking about it every week. And this week we're talking about episode 6.
I'm fine. Am I dead?
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
You're like, shit, that's deep. Fuck.
That's the last thing you want somebody to say to you.
Exactly. Exactly, man. If you've been watching this for the last few weeks, you know that Wanda has pretty much taken a whole town hostage with some alternate reality that she's created. And she's created through the versions of different TV sitcoms. We've been getting glimpses of why maybe that's been caused. We've been getting a glimpse of what's happening on the outside with Sword coming in and trying to figure this out and release the hostages in the town. Now they know these people are held against their will. There's a lot of things going on that are really cool with this. And what's really been grabbing people and bringing them into this are trying to figure out the clues, if they truly are clues that are being dropped, or, as I bluntly put it earlier, is Marvel just fucking with people? Well, one of the things that you can go in and really praise this show for, which we've been doing every week, and it's one of the highlights, you know, even before the clues and trying to look forward to what's happening with this and where it's going to lead, what impact is it going to have on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've just been enjoying seeing how they're going to tackle all of their parodies and takes on these different sitcoms. I've been loving that a lot, man, because they nail it. They nail it. And this week, they've managed to go in and nail a show that I watched consistently in the 90s. Now, I'm not going to say what it is yet, but if you watch what they did with it, not only will you be able to tell what they've done with it, but you'll be able to tell because, well, in my humble opinion, they did it great.
Don't try to fight the chaos. Television, sit back and enjoy the show.
Now, if you see that, the video grain, the 90s, just really bouncy pop music that's going on. But overall, the aesthetic that they have going on with that is very obvious that they were doing, recreating the one particular sitcom from the 90s.
You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now.
Yes, that's Malcolm in the Middle. These were the good old days. This is before Malcolm's dead, before he started selling meth to people. People forget, man. Those are back from the innocent days of Bryan Cranston when he was just a character actor. People didn't know his name. He was Malcolm's dad.
I watched this when it first debuted. Oh yeah, I was a big fan back in the day. This came out like what, 99 or 2000?
99, yeah.
It was like right just before 2000, so I think it was around that. No, I watched the entire series. I'm very familiar with this show.
Yeah,
it's funny because
I instantly realized what the opening was.
I mean, it probably didn't help that they did stuff that is very, I don't know, Disney-like. Malcolm in the Middle, that was their format to do a certain thing. But it's a little precocious like a Disney Channel movie or show would be, kind of because the kids...
Malcolm in the Middle had a bit of an edge to it because it was a Fox show.
Well, yeah. Well, this is a Disney-produced show. And plus, you had the kids come in and sort of take over. And this time, where they were just kind of part of the story, they're taking more of leading parts in the show because that's how Malcolm in the Middle was when they would come out and pretty much break the fourth wall and talk to the audience.
Mom's been weird since Uncle Pietro got here. He's what you call a man-child.
No, he's stupid. No man-child. Sitting up there eating his... You see this? He was sitting up there eating his hair boogers and shit. Like a goddamn Neanderthal, man. Of course, they're talking about Pietro. Wanda's brother. It's her twin brother, who is played by a different actor, played by the actor who played Pietro in another movie, or Quicksilver in another movie. That's starting to be a big talking point here. You know, that's one thing I guess we should talk about right now. How with Evan Peters coming in and playing this role, because a lot of people are saying now, did Wanda pull in somebody from the X-Men when they were under 20th Century Fox? Now that Marvel owns 20th Century Fox, or Disney owns 20th Century Fox, is this a gateway for the rest of the X-Men to be coming in? But a lot of people are, you know, they still giving more speculation that this character is Mephisto, pretty much Marvel's version of Satan or the devil or whatever. I know you're not really into that whole theory of this being Mephisto. Did you see anything in this particular episode that made you change your mind and make you say like, well, maybe?
Well, the thing that makes me say maybe is that like there's so much that she has control of, but there's so much that she doesn't, where she's just like, I'm not doing this. I'm kind of taking control of it best I can, but this stuff that's happening, that's not me.
Yeah, there is
so
that.
If it's not her, who is, and in which each episode they show more and more just how powerful she is.
Yeah.
So it's got to be somebody who's way more powerful than her who's running things.
No, that is very true. And there's even more of that going on in this episode. A lot of, again, first of all, a lot more in jokes with the costumes. We saw Wanda in her Scarlet Witch outfit. Then we see Pietro or Quicksilver in his comic book Quicksilver outfit uniform. The kids even dressed up like that.
Yeah, one is dressed as Quicksilver and the other is dressed as Wiccan.
Yeah, exactly. The version of those characters in the comics. But one of the things that they continue to drop, and this could be Marvel just having fun, wanting to throw people off. Maybe it's too obvious, but he keeps saying things that hint that maybe the devil has something to do with this. He keeps saying little quips that include Satan for some reason.
It's not a competition, Tommy. It is if you're a winner. Tommy.
Unleash hell, demon spawn!
You're like, you didn't hear that, did you?
I don't know why I said it.
I like that they have let me see here. I like they have Jason Kruger in the background. There's a dude wearing a Freddy Krueger sweater and a hockey mask.
Yeah.
It was funny, so it was costumes, but they're laying things out there like that. There's even, now nobody's really talking about this, but because maybe I got this mixed up, but even when he's doing the credit sequence, when Pietro's doing the credit sequence, he's throwing up like the Satan horns. You know, so
I just thought that was a heavy metal thing.
It is a heavy metal thing. Hail Satan.
Or hook 'em horns.
Or hook 'em, yeah, long horns, maybe.
He's a Longhorns fan.
When you talk about she's not doing this, man, there's a point where they sat down.
Yeah.
And he seemed to really just kind of start grilling her and asking her. So you noticed this, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, he sat down. Was like, okay, so this whole thing that you create, how are you doing it? I mean, your powers at first you were just moving stuff around, but now you're creating new realities. Explain this to me right now, please. Explain.
Well, you gotta love the way he comes in because he's like, listen, I'm your brother. I'm cool with it. I'm not judging at all. I just want to know.
Yeah.
Tell me, like right now. No, seriously though.
Yeah. Yeah, looking like the heat miser right now. Yeah, he came in.
I know.
He came in.
What I really liked was when she was like, well, what happened to your accent? He was like, well, shit, what happened to yours?
Yeah, what happened to your goddamn accent? What the fuck is wrong with you? No, there's a point where it seems like maybe, because a lot of people thinking like maybe Wanda did a deal with the devil, or in this case, Mephisto, because he might be the person behind this. And he sort of had some control over this deal, but now she's doing some shit that he didn't know could happen. And so he's kind of going in and really digging deep on like, okay, look, I'm your brother. It's cool. Just tell me. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
You don't think it's wrong.
You kidding? I'm impressed. How'd you even do all this?
He's like, bitch, I'm not playing. Just start getting belligerent. That seemed very manipulative, first of all. And it didn't even seem like her brother anymore. The way he was talking, it started to seem like Satan making a deal. Trying to be charismatic. You know, hey, you can trust me. You know, again, I don't know who this is, but it definitely did seem like, even right there, he's got the dark circles under his eyes and everything. And it's like, all right, maybe there's some sort of satanic thing going on. But, you know, it's also, you know, more proof that he's probably not, even if he's not Mephisto, he's somebody trying to figure out what's going on like her, and probably trying to figure it out for his own personal use, which will not be good. So whoever he is, I don't think that he's Quicksilver.
There's also a lot of speculation I'm even seeing in the chat, and again, it could tie into what people are speculating to be the next villain in Doctor Strange 2, Nightmare.
Yeah,
where he's able to create dream nightmare scenarios, and if Doctor Strange is going to be in this series, and so maybe you're setting him up here first. Maybe he could be Nightmare, not Mephisto.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that too. Like before WandaVision even premiered, a lot of people were saying that the villain would be Nightmare. They're talking about how this is going to just tie in heavily into Doctor Strange. What is it? The multiverse of madness.
Well, you know, I mean, cut out the middleman. Why couldn't this actually be Doctor Strange, who's inserted himself and just trying to worm his way into her? Just to say, okay, now that we've done this, you need to come with me.
The thing we got to talk about, that fucking commercial, man. That commercial was so dark, it made me laugh. I was like, what? Because I didn't expect it to go where it went at all, man. If you watch the show, they had on this commercial that is like one of those claymation commercials that sold Jell-O or soda or candy from back in the 90s. What's Go-Gurts? Yeah, man. Look, the attention to detail from time periods is great, and the dark spins that they take on them. Like, they're not even being subtle now. You know, before they might have been hiding something. They're like, nah, this is fucked up.
I'm so hungry, I'd eat anything.
Snacked on Yo Magic, bro.
That ain't subtle at all. I snacked on Yo Magic. That is obviously referring to somebody's magic, probably Wanda's magic. And that goes back to what we said with Evans Peters' character right here. Like, he is definitely trying to feed off of her magic some kind of way, whoever this person is. And they pretty much said it right there. Except that they tell you that there must be a villain in sight, because this goes to a real dark area.
Oh, I have time to hang fit.
Can I have some?
Here you go, little dude. Yo, magic.
I love that. He kid just died. And they come back with this perky ass logo right here.
I think it could be two things. One, it could be someone who is feasting off of Wanda's powers, or could be also referencing the people in the neighborhood. Like, the other things, like it shows that Wanda, I think, is, even though her influence is growing and expanding, she's clearly not in control of everybody. Doesn't know what to do with them, because sometimes we just see people just standing still, like in a stasis, not knowing what to do, or doing like weird things for just random reasons. So I don't think she's even in control of the illusion. And these people, we realized in the last episode, they're in physical pain. Yeah. And so it's like, okay, maybe she's feeding off of them. Could be that reference there. Oh, it could be someone feeding off of Wanda, or someone feeding off of her and everybody else.
Yeah.
I would think somebody feeding off of her, because when it starts, and we know when we first get the inclination these people are here involuntarily, it's easy to accept that in her grief she's done that to them. But the more this goes on and we see people really distressed and in pain, then there's that feeling of like, okay, if she's going to be the hero we follow, she can't be the person who's actually knowingly doing this.
Yeah, that is true.
She's being set up.
No, she's being set up. I think it's a setup for a villain. Now, there are some theories. I think it's a setup for a villain because, for one, well, I'll tell you what there's a big theory, first of all, that, before I go into my villain theory right here, there's a theory that this is her, or this is a way of saying that she cannot be in control of everything. And the death right here shows that no matter how much she tries, she can't cure her grieving from bringing back anybody from the dead. And basically what they're saying is mainly Vision. And we already saw a hint that you really can bring him back from the dead.
I know. That was
Wanda?
Shit! She's like, you know, that's the way we saw Zombie Vision, and it was almost like this commercial was saying that no matter how much magic you give this person, he's not going to be able to come back. If we really, really want to push this Mephisto theory, she made a deal with the devil somehow. And as typical with making a deal for the devil or with the devil, things don't work out. And she made that deal. The devil gave her whatever, Mephisto gave her whatever, magic or abilities or whatever, to which he didn't even know how they would work out, which is why he's confused about how all this is happening. But somehow it went bad. Like, that deal didn't work out. There's some magic that was given to her, or something that was given to her, and as you can see, is killing her, or killing whoever is like in that character.
It's the way the monkey's paw is supposed to work.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Some other people that we see who are in on this, but don't seem to be as stressed out. I'm kind of curious about this, because you see a lot of people who, when they recognize what's happening, like when Agnes, when she was talking about doing her lines over in that last episode, she's like, should I take it again? What do you want me to do? Don't hurt me, please. Somebody that seems like they are cool with the whole thing and just like, hey, you want me to do it over again? Is your man with the consistently terrible wigs on.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that's a great costume. What's the character's name? I forgot. The black neighbor.
I want to say Stan, but that might be wrong.
Herb. It's Herb. Herb is not. He knows. He seems to be aware that there's something happening, but he doesn't seem to be panicked like everybody, like everyone else.
Sorry, Wanda, I got to bounce.
Herbie's.
Well, maybe Vision can help you out.
Vision? Oh, he's not on duty.
No.
Is there something I can do for you, Wanda? Do you want something changed? Sorry, Wanda.
You see that you want something changed? It's like, okay, so what is going on with him that, you know, he's not panicking like everybody else? Everybody, when they wake up or they realize what's happening, they're in pain, they're stressed out, they're crying. You know, what's going on with him that he's just kind of like real mellow about it? Unless he's just a real cool dude. Oh.
No, Herb is used to working in Tyler Perry movies, so this is a smooth production for him.
Nah, man.
Bad wigs? Yeah, sure, I'm used to that.
Boy, this is becoming a running joke now. They constantly get this man a bad wig. It's funny, the only time it made sense is when he was Black Frankenstein. Blackenstein. There's speculations about maybe this is bringing up, this is what's going to be bringing up the mutants. Maybe this is the way they're going to bring them in. You know, Wanda did the Wonder Wave that turned the town into a Tim Burton movie. Oh, Jesus. Like, a fate worse than death. Oh.
You guys were a bunch of clowns.
They're saying that this might be triggering, like her whatever waves or energy that she's putting off all this change, it might be the triggering of what's going to like trigger the mutant gene in people. Now, I don't know if I don't know how much I subscribe to that, but you know, yeah.
Well, I think we are seeing that play out where we have the Monica Rambeau character.
Yeah.
And they said like, there's something wrong with you on a microscopic level. Your DNA has been rewritten. And so if it affected her, it's probably affecting all these other people too.
Yeah, that is true. And we see people being affected by this. Maybe their children be affected. You know, that's going to trigger things in other folks. And they say she's going to be Photon, or was there another character called Spectrum? Yeah. And so with her, like Chris, like you hit it right there. They say your genes are changing, your DNA is changing. This could be, there could be something to that. So I don't know. Yeah. You know, we'll see.
Yeah.
But that's all I got right there from this week's episode. That's as far as big things that would happen. I don't know if you guys in the chat saw anything that you want to share, something that we missed, any kind of stuff that you'd seen. And there, you look at this right here. You know, this whole thing with Evan Peters being looking like a corpse too. I don't know if that says anything, but Twitch said people who are snapped might become human. Might become mutants. And she was snapped. So maybe there's that. They have been saying that a lot of people who were snapped, that was a theory that they might be susceptible to changing.
Well, they even say in an Endgame because Bruce Banner says, you know, because we're snapping this thing so much, all the Infinity Stones, they're gone now, but they gave off gamma radiation, which caused his own mutation. And so you're doing this constantly. You bring these people back, And so Tony Stark did again when one of these people came back. So that might be causing it to spread.
Very true.
On a universe level, not just Earth, but a universe level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody says way too many mutants. Well, people might change at a slower rate. Let's see. Here's something about the commercial. Sofa Perdido said, I think the shark is Wanda, acknowledging that the Westview people are dying. The kid pointlessly repeats movements as they did. Oh, that's true. Maybe she gives him, or maybe she gives them food, but they can't eat it. That's interesting. Very interesting. I forgot to bring up, the Kick-Ass reference, man. Referring to both those guys, Evan Peters and what's his name, Taylor Johnson, whatever.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor.
They're both in Kick-Ass together.
Yeah, they were both in. Yeah, they were both in Kick-Ass together. I did not remember that.
I didn't remember that either.
Yeah, there they are. Damn.
Huh.
So young looking too.
So young looking, yeah. It looked like they're starving too. Dark.
Dude, I just booked this gig to be Quicksilver in a movie. Oh, that's weird. So did I.